smartest guy in the room. I almost didn't make it. I'm from DC, I almost didn't make it up tonight. I've had a couple bad days. Just broke up with my girlfriend a few days ago. It wasn't one of those situations where one of us was cheating. I didn't cheat, she didn't cheat. It was just the pressure. It was too much pressure on me. See, my ex-girlfriend had epilepsy, and it was just too much pressure for me to figure out if she was having a seizure or an orgasm. And I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so like, before she told me she had epilepsy, I just thought I was the man, I held her hand in the movies, she came. I kissed her on the cheek, she came. Hell, I just thought she was into the kinky stuff when she asked me to put the wallet in her mouth. So I've been doing a lot of online dating, looking at a lot of profiles, looking at a lot of pictures, and I can tell you, from judging at all these dating sites, that every white woman under the age of 40 has been to Africa. At least twice. And like I said, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so I really didn't know that Africa was such a preferred travel destination for the American white girl, until I read that Nigeria had just opened up 3 Starbucks and a yoga studio. Then it all made sense. I mean, I know they're there to help people, but what does that say about African Americans? When we have a whole generation of white women who go thousands of miles away to countries filled with violence and disease to help people, yet I can't get a white girl named Jennifer to go to a Tyler Perry movie with me? It's crazy. So I just started doing comedy. It's about my 5th week doing stand-up. You can applause. All my life, though, I wanted to be a comedian, But I was deterred from progressing my dream from my junior high school and high school teachers who kept on telling me my performance in school wasn't a laughing matter. When I was a kid, I had comedic idols, and one of my comedic idols was John Belushi. I love John Belushi. You guys like John Belushi? Animal House, The Blues Brothers, Saturday Night Live. I love John Belushi. We all love John Belushi. But did we love John Belushi so much that we need to keep his brother Jim around for so long? So you can probably get that I'm not really big on people. I don't like talking to people. And I know it's a little problematic given my chosen profession, but you have to understand that I'm used to performing in empty comedy clubs, so it's never really been an issue. I live in DC. It's also problematic because Washington is such a small town. I'm always running into people that I know, and when I run into people that I know, I get dragged into conversations I don't want to have. But I recently came up with 2 words that get me out of a conversation. So now when I'm walking down the street, and I got someone coming up to me, and they're saying, "Hey, Gregory, how are you?" "I'm doing fine, how are you?" "I'm doing fine." "Hey, what are you doing these days?" "Me? I'm writing jokes." "Really? What kind of jokes?" "Racist jokes." Conversation's over. When I'm not avoiding people that I know, I'm out there avoiding these grassroots canvassers. You guys have them here in New York? I see them in Midtown, I see them in Harlem. They're all over Washington, D.C. They work for like the ACLU, the Sierra Club, Greenpeace. They're out there, So when I go out to get some lunch, I got these people asking me to stand up for something, to fight against something, to spread the word against something. I mean, these organizations are out there trying to make me a better person when all I want is a cup of soup. I actually had one of these canvassers blatantly lie to me the other day just so I would be more sympathetic to her cause. I was walking down the street and I saw her peer out, with her clipboard and her Up With People t-shirt. And she's like, "Hey there, Mr. Blue Shirt." I keep a straight face and keep walking. I don't acknowledge her at all. She tries again. "What are you listening to on your headphones?" Again, straight face, keep walking forward. I get up close to her and I can see the exasperation on her face. And her one last ditch effort to engage me, she turns to me and she says, "My uterus is under attack!" So I stopped. I stopped because I hate violence. And there's somebody out there attacking uteruses or uteri. I'm going to do my part. So she's going on and on about Planned Parenthood funding and Rush Limbaugh, and I'm standing next to her when it occurs to me, she's lying. Her uterus isn't under attack. I'm right here. If there was an attack on the uterus, I would know. out, and I went in for a closer inspection, you know, just on the off chance that her uterus is being under attack by midgets. Excuse me, little people. But all I gathered from that closer inspection was that I didn't care for her genes. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but it doesn't take a medical degree to figure out that her uterus is not under a constant barrage of attacks led by a conservative radio talk show host. And if her uterus is under attack, what the hell is this woman doing out in public? I mean, if my balls were under attack, I'd be in one of those Dick Cheney undisclosed locations. Certainly not in Times Square telling every random stranger about my situation. It's true, jeez. So I have very little pleasure in my life. Very little. Like I said, I'm single, so I don't get any pleasure from relationship. Some people get pleasure from their jobs, but I don't get any pleasure from my stand-up, which is something I have in common with you guys here tonight. I would say that I get about 5 minutes of pleasure, 3, perhaps 4 days a week. And that pleasure only happens at sporting events, and it's when they put on the Jumbotron videos of white guys dancing. Doesn't matter how low I am. I could be broke, jobless, homeless, womanless, or as I like to call it, just me being me. Doesn't matter how low. The minute that some white guy who works at Wall Street pops on the Jumbotron and he's doing like the sprinkler to Who Let the Dogs Out, for 5 minutes, I'm Denzel Washington. You know, I go to a lot of comedy clubs, see a lot of comedy, and I hate to tell it to you, but white people are the brunt of a lot of jokes. I don't feel bad because you guys pretty much deserve it. I've really yet to see a race of people who have so much power and influence across the globe, but they can't really do anything particularly well. The best thing that's happened to white people in the last 5 years is that Tiger Woods admitted that he was a sex addict. Now you guys can get back to winning Wimbledon. A few things that white people don't do very well. One is that they have a very poor time at determining the athletic ability of black people. For instance, you go to a basketball court and you got like a white guy choosing 5 for a pickup game, and they always choose me first, even though I'm wearing this. And this inability hurts us all, it really does. I mean, if white people are halfway good at determining the athletic ability of black people, we wouldn't have the New York Knicks.
Wizards.
I used that in DC, actually, the Wizards part, but thank you for Another thing that white people aren't very good at is judging the artistic ability of black people. Case in point, our hostess, she's the one who allowed me 10 minutes on stage. And again, this all hurts us all. I mean, if white people were halfway good at judging the artistic ability of black people, we'd be sparing Wayne Brady. And what a wonderful world that would be. Speaking of Wayne Brady, my whole life I've heard, Gregory, you're not black enough. Gregory, you sound like a white guy. Gregory, you're not a strong black man. You know, you hear that enough, that gives you a complex. I heard I wasn't black enough so many times growing up that when I was 6 years old and my parents asked me what I wanted for Christmas, I told them diabetes. I don't necessarily agree, but I do think they're using the wrong metrics to make this determination. Like, people don't think I'm black enough because I don't drink Hennessy. Other people don't think I'm black enough because I grew up with a father. But little do they know I actually have some black street cred. The problem is every time I get black street cred, I do something to give it away. Like, you guys don't know this, but I was actually in Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina is automatic black street cred, right? Well, like I said, once I get black street cred, I will do something to give it away. So even though I got black street cred from being in Hurricane Katrina, I survived Hurricane Katrina by swimming away. Some folks looted, I did the backstroke. I'm actually, this is the first time I've told that joke in a while. I used to have this ex-girlfriend, this white girl named Katrina, and I actually invited her parents out to come see me perform one night, and I almost gave them a heart attack. I was doing a different version of that joke, but I kept on forgetting to put the word hurricane in front of Katrina. So what they heard was, a lot of people don't know this, but I was in Katrina. Katrina was wet. Katrina was dangerous. And I wasn't the only black guy in Katrina. Hey guys, thanks a lot for coming out.